So, hello, fellow Earthlings. This is Earthling 6455463728. And why do we sleep? I was listening to this podcast that had Matthew Walker on. He's a sleep expert. And he raised some interesting questions. And I think I want to talk about it. So, yeah, I will in a second. If you think this is an interesting topic, if you see any of my other videos that seem interesting, could you concentrate all of that good feeling into pressing the like button? That'd be really cool. It would help for the YouTube algorithm, yada yada yada. Of course, I am Earthling, yada yada yada. I have a couple of degrees. I got a scholarship a long time ago to help with one of those. I've traveled a bit, and I take care of my uncle who has dementia. So let me go into my thoughts on why do we sleep. So obviously, I'm not any kind of sleep expert, but I've listened to Matthew Walker before, and I happened to listen to him. I first listened to him on Joe Rogan. You know, Joe Rogan has good guests on. I don't know that every scientific guest is great, but this guy, Matthew Walker, was great. Anyway, I've listened to him before, and on this particular podcast, he was on for such a short period of time. I think this guy has people on for much longer. Anyway, he started off with this kind of rhetorical question about why do we sleep when it seems like it's, evolutionary speaking, a waste of time. Of course, he's going to answer these questions, saying that there's a really good reason for sleep, etc. But one of the things that struck me as he was talking was like, okay, this seems now, as you are bringing up the question of it, there seems to be some really good reasons for why we would sleep. For one thing, a lot of animals hibernate, right? There are times of the year when food is aplenty, and you come out and you have a good time and you live it up, and hopefully you store up lots of food for the future, for when times are not going to be that good. And for the most part, you try to sleep out the times when food is not yet readily available. So it's a similar kind of thing, I would imagine. If you are an ape, like we were or still are, a primate, and there are times of day where maybe the animals that you are after, if they are around at that time, then it might be a good time for you to make good use of that time hunting them. And when they're not around, when they happen to be in their burrows, you decide, well, there's no good pickings right now, so why don't I go back to my safe place and just chill and reduce my metabolism so that I don't really need too much energy now, and make hay while the sun shines, because the sun's shining when it does, and the rest of the time you just go back and power down so that you're not wasting time trying to hunt animals that are not there. So the idea is that we might sleep because other animals sleep, because they decide that they're not gonna be, what is the word, there's nocturnal, and then there is people out in the day, whatever. You just live according to your prey. That is one particular thing. Another particular idea is that a lot of animals, or many or most animals, specialize. They specialize in terms of their vision, in terms of their bodily functions for a particular time of day, whether that be maybe day or night. So it seems if you are specialized because that's a whole other set of skills to be able to function at nighttime, is a whole other set of skills in terms of the way that you see, in terms of maybe how you take advantage of your sense of smell. And it seems kind of foolhardy to waste energy, perhaps, being able to deal with both types of, bright heat, lots of heat during the day, where VR is going to be a lot hotter than at nighttime, So you'd have to deal with that, and then you have to deal with the opposite of that. So it makes sense to specialize, just like, koalas tend to only focus on feeding on eucalyptus leaves, or let's say some birds of prey focus completely on fishing as opposed to hunting for rabbits or something. So the idea is that you specialize for a particular time of day or night, and the rest of the time, like I was mentioning before, you just power down, use less calories, and seeing as you are down anyway, it's just like a car. When you are no longer running, you turn off the engine and you can perform repairs, bodily repairs on yourself. Of course, you can do any number of things if you have decided, for whatever reason, because of your prey, because of your speciality, whether it's day or night. Now you can work on things that you would not have been able to work on before. It is like a fighter jet. Fighter jets can fly for a certain period of time, and then they need maintenance. And one of the good things that I guess Mr. Walker mentioned was the fact that we, as intelligent creatures, use our downtime to not only repair ourselves. A lot of our hormones that would be used during the daytime to make sure we're at maximum potential, we can reduce those, and our body can start rehabilitating. But you can also figure out ways to process the information that you got in your brain processor and come up with alternate solutions, better solutions. You can mentally, model things that happen during the day and figure out a way to maximize your intelligence in a way that you would not have been able to if you didn't have that kind of downtime. So I think there are some decent reasons for not having your car's engine running all of the time. There's probably decent reasons for not having your sweat glands sweat all of the time, or your brain working all of the time. Since our eyes are not really, we are really geared for the daytime. We take advantage of that. Our eyes are not, they don't glow in the dark like some of these other predators that have an advantage at night. So yeah, sleeping seems like it's a good idea, even if we can't mate, if we can't hunt, or choose not to, because it doesn't make as much sense. It still seems that there are pretty good reasons for an animal to go ahead and sleep. But Matthew Walker, I think he's a smart English guy. Definitely listening to him on Joe Rogan, the really good information that I can learn from Joe Rogan is really top quality stuff. I think I did see that he said that he was a moron for suggesting that people be selfish about getting vaccines, so that's a good thing. It is unfortunate to see that Bill and Melinda Gates are getting a divorce. That's unfortunate. I know all this stuff is not directly related to reasons for sleeping, but yeah, I just figured I'd say, from one thing to the next, I just jumped around. Anyway, that's it for me. Feel free, actually, please, like, share, subscribe, comment, and suggest maybe topics that you might be interested in that maybe I might like to talk about anyway. Yeah, and with your feedback and your commenting and your liking and all that stuff, please hopefully look at me in the same way that you'd like potential readers to look at your YouTube content. Have a good one. Peace.